So the other thing you want to be careful and allow yourself and trust your instincts is that when you start working on something, sometimes it turns out to be something different than you started working on. Don't worry about that. Just make sure that what you're working on has integrity. Okay? And that I do think is important, because the book, at least in this experience, in the latter experience, is the book that I finally ended up writing was not the book I started out writing. And because as you write or as you develop or as you do research, you learn stuff. And hypothesis testing is wonderful and it should be done and so forth and so on, but be aware of other things. Don't get so locked into a framework or a set of questions that you miss something else. And so anyway, the book took a different turn than I thought, and I ended up being very interested in sort of this notion of how moral systems evolve. And the idea that we go about in our lives, as we as communities go about in our justifying things that are really reprehensible, while holding on to the idea that they're reprehensible. That's a really interesting thing to me. And so I wanted to explore that and sort of picked up a couple of things that I thought ran throughout all these different stories of eugenics and abortion and neonatal care and assisted dying and capital punishment.